The space station Nexus Prime looked like a giant metal wheel floating in the darkness between the stars. It was bigger than most cities on Earth. Lights flashed on its surface like tiny stars. Ships from hundreds of different worlds docked at its ports every day. Commander Taewon Kim pressed his face against the small window of the Earth transport ship. He had never seen anything so huge before. Next to him, Dr. Seo-young Park was checking her equipment for the 10th time that morning. "Are you nervous?" Taewon asked her. Seo-young looked up from her datapad. "A little. We're about to show Earth's animals to the entire galaxy. What if they laugh at us?" "They will laugh," said Captain Minho Lee from the pilot seat. "But maybe they will stop laughing later." The 3 humans were Earth's team for the Apex trials. It was the biggest event in the galaxy. Every 100 years, all the alien races came together to show off their most dangerous animals. The winners got respect. The losers got forgotten. Earth had never been invited before. Most aliens thought humans were too weak and stupid to have good predators. But 3 months ago, everything changed. A human trading ship had saved an alien diplomatic vessel from space pirates. The grateful aliens gave Earth an invitation to the trials. Now, Taewon, Seo-young, and Minho were representing their entire planet. Their ship docked with a soft bump. The airlock opened with a hiss. A tall, thin alien waited for them. It had blue skin and 4 arms. Its mouth was too wide for its face. "Welcome to Nexus Prime," the alien said. Its voice sounded like metal scraping metal. "I am Guide Nexon. Follow me to the registration hall." The 3 humans grabbed their bags and followed Nexon through bright white corridors. Other aliens walked past them. Some looked like giant insects. Others looked like walking trees. A few looked almost human, but with strange colors or extra body parts. Many of the aliens stared at the humans. Some pointed and whispered to each other. Taewon heard one alien say, "Look how small they are. What kind of predators could such tiny creatures have?" The registration hall was enormous. The ceiling was so high that Taewon could not see the top. Hundreds of aliens filled the space. Each group stood around a holographic display showing their planet's predator. Taewon gasped when he saw the displays. The Vorthok had brought something that looked like a giant lizard with metal spikes. Acid dripped from its mouth, burning holes in the floor. The creature's eyes glowed red. "That is a Reser beast," Nexon explained. "It can melt through steel with its spit. Very dangerous." Near them, the Kalani were showing off a creature that looked like a giant eel. But this eel floated in the air without any water. Strange lights flickered around its head. Mind Screamer Nexon continued. "It can drive other creatures insane just by thinking at them. The Kalani are very proud of it." The Threnody display showed something even stranger. It was a huge spider-like creature, but sometimes parts of it disappeared and reappeared somewhere else. "A doom crawler," said Nexon. "It can walk through solid walls. Nothing can hide from it." Seo-young was taking notes on her datapad. Her eyes were wide as she looked. At each display, "These creatures are incredible," she whispered. "They have abilities that seem impossible." Taewon nodded. Every alien predator had some kind of supernatural power. They shot energy beams, or read minds, or walked through walls. Compared to them, Earth's animals seemed very ordinary. "Where should we set up?" Minho asked. Nexon pointed to a small space near the back of the hall. "Earth gets that spot. It is appropriate for newer members." The spot was much smaller than the areas given to other planets. Some aliens nearby snickered when they saw where Earth was placed. Seo-young set up their holographic projector. She activated it, and images of Earth's predators appeared in the air above them. A lion roared silently. A great white shark swam through empty space. An eagle spread its wings wide. A wolf howled at an invisible moon. The reaction was immediate. Aliens started gathering around Earth's display. They were not impressed. They were laughing. "Those are their predators?" said a large alien with tentacles instead of arms. "They look so ... normal. Where are their energy weapons?" asked another alien. This one had rock-like skin and glowing eyes. "Do they even have any special powers?" wondered a third alien. Looked like a walking stick with too many legs. More aliens came to look. The laughter grew louder. Some aliens were pointing at the holographic animals and making jokes in languages Taiwan could not understand. A deep voice boomed across the hall. Attention, beings of the galaxy. Everyone turned toward a raised platform at the front of the hall. A massive alien stood there. It was at least 10 feet tall, with golden skin and jeweled armor. Its eyes burned like small suns. "I am High Arbiter Valinix of the Hegemony," the alien announced. "Welcome to the Apex Trials. Today we will see which species has created the most fearsome predators in the galaxy." The crowd cheered. Valinix raised one of his forearms for silence. Let us begin the presentations. Each species will explain why their predator deserves respect." One by one, alien representatives came forward. They talked about acid that could melt starships. They described psychic powers that could control minds across space. They explained how their creatures could exist in multiple dimensions at once. Each presentation made the crowd gasp with amazement. The aliens applauded loudly for every supernatural ability. Finally, Valinix's burning eyes found the humans. "And now let us hear from ... Earth." The way he said Earth made it sound like a joke. Taiwan walked forward. His boots clicked on the metal floor. The enormous hall fell quiet. "I'm Commander Taiwan Kim," he said. His voice was steady, even though his heart was beating fast. "Earth is proud to present our predators." He gestured toward the holographic display. The Earth animals cycled through their images again. Lion, shark, eagle, wolf. The silence lasted exactly 3 seconds. Then the laughter exploded. Aliens were holding their sides. Some were wiping tears from their eyes. Others were slapping each other with tentacles and claws, sharing the joke. "Those are supposed to be predators?" Valinix asked. His voice was full of amusement. "They have no energy weapons, no psychic abilities, no reality-bending powers. They are just ... animals." "Primitive beasts," agreed another alien leader. "How quaint." "Perhaps humans should return when they have evolved proper predators," Valinix suggested. The comment brought fresh waves of laughter. Tay-1 stood very still. He did not smile. He did not frown. He just waited for the laughter to die down. "High Arbiter," he said calmly. "Earth requests permission to demonstrate our predators in the combat trials." The laughter stopped. Valinix looked surprised. "You wish to participate in the actual trials? With these creatures?" "Yes." "Your animals will be destroyed in seconds," Valinix warned. "The combat scenarios are designed to test real predators. Your pets will not survive." Behind Taiwan, So Young and Minho exchanged a look. So Young nodded slightly. "I understand." "The risks," Taiwan said. "Earth accepts the challenge." Valinix shrugged with all 4 shoulders. "Very well. Earth will compete in the trials tomorrow. We will enjoy watching your primitive beasts learn what real predators can do." The aliens laughed again as Taiwan walked back to his team.
That went well," Minho said quietly.
"Better than expected," So Young agreed. She was smiling now. "Are you both crazy?" Taiwan whispered. "They are going to destroy us tomorrow." So Young checked her datapad. "Transport from Earth should arrive in 6 hours. Our real demonstration will be ready by morning." "What transport?" Taiwan asked. Minho grinned. "The one carrying our actual entry for the trials?" As the aliens continued to celebrate around them, the 3 humans quietly packed up their equipment. None of them looked worried anymore. In fact, they looked like they were looking forward to tomorrow. High above them, through the transparent dome of the station, stars twinkled in the darkness. Somewhere among those stars, a ship was approaching Nexus Prime. In its cargo hold, something magnificent and terrible waited patiently. The aliens had laughed at Earth's predators. Tomorrow, they would learn why Earth's predators had never needed supernatural powers to be the most dangerous creatures in the universe. The combat arena was the biggest room Taiwan had ever seen. The walls stretched up so high, they disappeared into darkness. The floor could change into any kind of ground: desert sand, jungle mud, or frozen ice. Right now it looked like a rocky forest with real trees and bushes. "This is where dreams die," said Guide Nexon cheerfully. The blue aliens seemed to enjoy watching creatures fight for their lives. Thousands of aliens sat in the viewing galleries above the arena. They're excited. Chatter filled the air like buzzing insects. Many of them held betting devices, placing money on which predator would win each fight. Taewon sat with Soyoung and Minho in the human section. It was much smaller than the other species areas. Only a few dozen aliens had bothered to watch. Earth's performance. "First trial begins now," announced High Arbiter Valinix. His voice boomed through hidden speakers. "The Vorthok present their Reserbeast." A massive gate opened on one side of the arena. The creature that emerged made the crowd gasp. The Reserbeast was 12 feet long and covered in metal spikes. Acid dripped from its mouth, hissing where it hit the ground. Its red eyes swept the arena, looking for something to kill. "The challenge is simple," Valinix explained. "Each predator must survive an attack by our robotic hunters. These machines are designed to test speed, intelligence, and killing ability." 10 robot wolves materialized in the arena. They were sleek and silver, with glowing blue eyes. Energy weapons extended from their backs like mechanical spines. The Razorbeast roared. The sound was like metal being torn apart. It charged straight at the nearest robot wolf. What happened next was over in seconds. The Razorbeast's acid melted. Through 3 robots before they could react. Its metal spikes tore apart 2 more. The remaining robots tried to surround it, but the beast moved faster than something so big should be able to move. The crowd cheered wildly as the last robot fell in pieces. "Magnificent," Valinix declared. "The Reserbeast shows us the power of acid and fury." Next came the Kalani Mind Screamer. The floating eel-like creature did not even move when the robot wolves appeared. Instead, strange lights flickered around. Its head, the robots began to shake. One by one, they fell over and went dark. Their circuits had been fried by psychic energy. "Incredible," the crowd shouted. "Mind over matter." The Threnody Doomcrawler was even more impressive. It's when the robots attacked. The spider creature simply disappeared. It reappeared behind them, its legs passing through their bodies like the robots were made of air. Each time it touched a robot, the machine shut down forever. "Phase-shifting technology," Valinix announced. "Reality bends to the will of the Doomcrawler." Alien Predator was more amazing than the last. They had powers that seemed like magic. They destroyed the robot hunters with ease, usually in less than 30 seconds. Finally, it was Earth's turn. "And now," Valinix said, and Taewon could hear him trying not to laugh, "we present Earth's predator." The crowd fell quiet. This was the moment they had all been waiting for. They wanted to see the humans embarrass themselves. A transport container rolled into the arena. It was plain gray metal, about the size of a small truck. Nothing special about it at all. From the container stepped a new human. Taewon had never seen him before, but he wore the uniform of Earth's military. The name tag on his chest read Choi. Specialist Jae-hyun Choi was a small man with calm eyes. He moved slowly and quietly as he walked to the container. He placed his hand on a control panel. "Earth presents our apex predator," Taewon said into his microphone. His voice was steady and proud. The container's sidewall lowered like a ramp. For a moment, nothing happened. The arena was completely silent. Then, she emerged. The tiger stepped out of the container with liquid grace. She was huge, over 300 pounds of muscle and bone and fur. Her orange and black stripes seemed to glow under the arena lights. Her yellow eyes swept the artificial forest, taking in every detail. The crowd's silence continued. The aliens had never seen anything like her before. "That is it?" asked Valinix. "That is their predator?" Hae-won, that was the tiger's name, though the aliens did not know it, sat down calmly. She began washing her face with one massive paw, as if she had all the time in the world. Some aliens started laughing again. "It is just cleaning itself," one shouted. "What kind of predator stops to bathe?" The robot hunters activated. 10 silver. Wolves materialized around the arena, just like before. Their energy weapons powered up with an electronic whine. Haywan stopped washing her face. Her head turned slightly toward the nearest robot. Her ears twitched. Then she disappeared. Not with magic like the Doomcrawler, not with special powers. She simply melted into the shadows, between the trees like she had never existed at all. The robot wolves began their standard hunt pattern. They spread out across the arena in a perfect formation, their sensors scanning for their target. Their programming told them to find the predator and eliminate it. They could not find her. The crowd started to get restless. Where did it go? Aliens asked each other. Is it hiding? The robot wolves moved deeper into the artificial forest. Her blue eyes swept back and forth, searching. Their sensors detected nothing. High above in the stands, So-Young was watching everything through electronic binoculars. She was smiling. What is she doing? Taewon asked. Being a tiger, So-Young replied. One of the robot wolves stopped walking. Its head tilted, as if it had heard something. It turned toward a cluster of bushes on its left. Hae-won exploded from the undergrowth like orange lightning. The robot did not have time to react. 400 pounds of muscle and bone hit it from the side. Metal bent and sparks flew as the machine tumbled across the ground before the other robots could respond. Hae-won vanished again. The crowd was no longer laughing. The remaining 9 robots regrouped. They formed a tight circle, back to back, so nothing could sneak up on them. Their energy weapons powered up to maximum charge. Hae-won waited minutes past. The robots stayed in their defensive formation. Nothing attacked them. Some aliens in. The crowd were getting bored. Is this predator too afraid to fight? Alex asked mockingly. That was when the second robot died. No one saw it happen. One moment there were 9 robots in the circle. The next moment there were 8 in pieces. Of metal were falling from a tree branch overhead. The remaining robots looked up, but saw nothing. She is hunting them, So-Young explained to her human companions. Not fighting them. Hunting them. The aliens in the crowd were starting to understand. This Earth creature was not using energy weapons or psychic powers or reality-bending abilities. It was using something much older, more dangerous. It was using patience. The third robot fell when it moved too far from the group. The fourth died when it turned to look at a noise. The fifth robot simply stopped working when something touched it from behind. Each kill was silent and perfect. No wasted energy, no unnecessary violence, just death, delivered with surgical precision. By the time only 3 robots remained, the arena was completely quiet. Thousands of aliens watched in fascination as Earth's predator demonstrated something they had never seen before. Pure, efficient killing. The last 3 robots died within seconds of each other. Hae-won moved between them like flowing water, too fast for their targeting systems, too quiet for their sensors. When it was over, sat in the center of the arena, surrounded by broken pieces of metal. She began washing her face again, as if nothing important had happened. The arena stayed silent for a full minute. Then one alien started clapping, then another. Soon the entire crowd was cheering louder than they had for any other predator. Hi. Arbiter Valenix's voice shook when he spoke. How did it do that? Taewon stood up in the human section. Earth's predators do not need supernatural powers, he said calmly. We evolved something better. What? Valenix demanded. Perfection. The emergency council meeting was loud and angry. Alien leaders from across the galaxy shouted at each other in dozens of different languages. Their voices echoed off the metal walls of the council chamber aboard Nexus Prime. High Arbiter Valenix slammed his 4 fists on the table. Sound boomed like thunder. Silence, he roared. The room went quiet. Valenix's golden skin was darker than usual. It's fixed on the 3 humans sitting at the far end of the table. Explain, he demanded. How did your creature defeat our combat systems without any special powers? Commander Tae-won started to speak, but Dr. So-Young Park stood up first. She was not tall, but something about her made all the aliens pay attention. I am Dr. Park, she said clearly. I study how animals hunt and kill. I tell you about Earth? Speak, Valenix said. He did not sound friendly, so Young activated a small holographic projector. Images appeared in the air above the table. The first image showed Earth from space, a blue and green ball spinning in darkness. "This is our world," she began. "Looks peaceful, but it is the most dangerous planet in the galaxy." Some aliens laughed. Earth looked so small and quiet in the hologram. "You are wrong," said Krekener, the leader of the Vorthok, his acid-dripping mouth twisted in a sneer. "Our world has oceans of acid and mountains that explode fire. How can your soft world be dangerous?" Young smiled. "Because on Earth, everything eats everything else." The hologram changed. Now it showed a pride of lions hunting a zebra. The big cats worked together, surrounding their prey, moving as one mind with many bodies. "On your worlds, predators evolve special powers to hunt," Young explained. "Acid, psychic abilities, phase shifting. These are very impressive. But they are also wasteful." "Wasteful?" asked Velenix. "Yes. Special powers use enormous amounts of energy. A reserbeast must eat constantly to produce acid. A mind screamer becomes exhausted after one psychic attack. But Earth's predators learned a different way." The hologram showed new images. Sharks swimming through dark water, an eagle diving from the sky, a pack of wolves running across snow. "We learned to be efficient," Young continued. "Every movement has a purpose. Every calorie of energy is used perfectly. We do not waste anything on flashy abilities." The alien leaders were listening now. They leaned forward in their chairs. "Earth had no choice," Young said. "Our planet is crowded. Resources are limited. Only the most efficient hunters survive. For billions of years, our predators have been tested against each other," she gestured, and the hologram showed something that made several aliens gasp. It was a timeline of Earth's history. Species appeared and disappeared like flickering lights. 99% of all species that ever lived on Earth are now extinct. Young said quietly. They were not killed by disasters from space or changes in weather. They were killed by other Earth creatures that were better at hunting. The room was completely silent now. "Your tiger," whispered the Kalani leader. "How does it hunt so perfectly without psychic powers?" Young smiled again. This time it was not a friendly smile. "Tigers have been perfecting their hunting skills for millions of years. They can move without making any sound. They can become invisible in any environment. They can track prey for days without being detected. They can kill creatures much larger than themselves with one perfect strike." The hologram showed HFY in the arena again.
Oh.
But now the image moved in slow motion. The aliens could see every detail of her attack on the robot wolves. "Watch her feet," Young said. "See how she places each step exactly where it will make no noise. Watch her eyes. See how she tracks 3 different targets at the same time. Watch her muscles. See how she stores energy like a coiled spring, then releases it all at once." The aliens stared in fascination. They looked carefully. They could see that every movement was planned and perfect. "But this is just one animal," said Velenix. "Surely your other predators cannot be as impressive." "All of Earth's predators hunt this way," Young replied. Sharks can smell blood from miles away. Eagles can see prey from heights that would blind other creatures. Wolves can chase their victims for hundreds of miles without stopping. Commander. Taewon stood up beside her. "Dr. Park has not told you the most important thing," he said. "What?" demanded Velenix. "These predators did not just hunt animals on Earth. They hunted each other. And eventually they hunted humans." The alien leaders looked confused. "Humans?" asked Krekener. "But you are prey animals, small and weak." Taewon's smile was cold. "We were prey animals." It's past tense. The hologram changed again. Now it showed early humans with primitive weapons facing a massive cave bear. 10,000 years ago, humans were food for every predator on Earth, Taewon explained. Bears ate us. Big cats ate us. Wolves ate us. We were just another small, scared species hiding in caves. "What changed?" asked Thekla. "We learned to fight back," said Captain Minho Lee. He had been quiet until now. "We studied every predator that hunted us. We learned their weaknesses. We developed tools. We worked together." The hologram showed human history in fast motion. Humans with spears killing mammoths. Humans with bows, hunting tigers. Humans with traps catching wolves. We did not just defeat Earth's predators, Minho continued. We drove most of them extinct. The ones that survived learned to fear us. But how? Velenix asked. His voice was quieter now. We became better predators than they were, Taewon said simply. Saul Young activated another image. This one showed modern human soldiers in combat gear. Your species developed acid and psychic powers and phase shifting, she said. Humans developed something much more dangerous. We developed the ability to learn, adapt, and work together to kill anything that threatens us. The alien leaders were very quiet now. They were beginning to understand something that frightened them. The tiger you saw yesterday, Young continued, represents millions of years of evolution. But the human who controlled that demonstration represents something much scarier. What? Whispered Dekla. Intelligence applied to the art of killing, Taewon answered. Hi, Arbiter. Velenix leaned back in his chair. His burning eyes were thoughtful now instead of angry. You are saying, he said slowly, that your entire species consists of predators who learn to hunt other predators. That is exactly what we are saying, Soyoung replied. And the tiger? The tiger is what Earth's predators look like when they do not have to worry about humans, Taewon said. Perfect killing machines that have never needed supernatural powers. Because natural abilities work better. The room stayed silent for a long time. Finally, Velenix spoke again. Dr. Park, he said carefully, what would happen if humans decided to hunt one of our species? Soyoung looked at Taewon. Taewon looked at Minho. Minho shrugged. We would study you, Soyoung said matter-of-factly. We would learn how your acid works, or how your psychic powers function, or how your phase shifting operates. We would find the weaknesses. We would develop tools and strategies. We would work together. And then, Velenix asked, and then your species would become extinct, Taewon said quietly. Just like the cave bears and the saber-toothed cats and all the other predators that used to hunt humans, the silence that followed was the loudest sound in the galaxy. Finally, Krekener spoke. His voice shook slightly. Your tiger was impressive, he admitted, but it is still just an animal. What about humans themselves? What do human predators look like when they hunt? The three humans smiled. It was not a reassuring sight. Would you like to see? Asked Minho. Before anyone could answer, an announcement echoed through the station's speakers. Attention. Human delegation. Taewon checked his communication device. His smile grew wider. What is it? Asked Velenix. Earth has decided to send one more demonstration, Taewon said. Tomorrow you will see what human predators look like when they are actually trying to win. The arena had been completely changed overnight. Instead of a simple forest, it now looked like an entire world. There were snow-covered mountains, thick jungles, deep lakes, and burning deserts. The space was so large that some areas disappeared into the distance. Every alien in the galaxy was watching. The viewing galleries were packed beyond capacity. Ships floated outside the station, their crews pressed against windows to see the final trial. High Arbiter Velenix stood at the center platform, his golden armor gleaming under the lights. His voice boomed across the arena and out to the watching universe. Citizens of the galaxy, he announced, today we witness the ultimate test. Earth claims their predators are superior to our champions. We have assembled every apex predator from every world to prove them wrong. The crowd roared with excitement. They wanted to see the arrogant humans crushed. Gates opened around the arena. From each one emerged a nightmare. The Vorthok razor beast stalked out of the jungle gate, acid dripping from its metal fangs. Kalani Mindscreamer floated from the water gate, psychic energy crackling around its ill-like body. The Threnody Doomcrawler phased in and out of reality as it emerged from the mountain gate. But there were more. Many more. From the desert came the Hegemony's Sunburner, a creature made of living fire that could melt steel with its breath. From the ice fields came the Frost Collective's Voidwalker, something that looked like a moving shadow with too many teeth. 20-7 apex predators from 27 different worlds. Each one was a perfect killing machine with supernatural abilities that defied the laws of physics. These champions will hunt together, Valnix explained. Earth's predator must survive for 1 hour against all of them. If it lives, Earth wins respect. If it dies, he did not need to finish the sentence. "Where is Earth's champion?" demanded Krekener, the Vorthok leader. The main gate opened. A single figure walked into the arena. He was human. Average height, average build. He wore simple military gear in brown and green colors. No energy weapons were visible, no glowing armor, only bending devices. The aliens in the crowd started laughing again. "That is it," shouted someone from the galleries. "One small human with primitive equipment?" The human walked calmly to the center of the arena. He carried a basic rifle, a few grenades, and a knife. Equipment looked ancient compared to the energy weapons and force fields the aliens used. "I am Master Sergeant Hien Wukong," he said into his radio microphone. His voice was steady and calm. "Earth is ready to begin." The human section of the viewing gallery, Lieutenant G1 SEO sat at a communication console. Her fingers flew over the controls as she established connections to sensors throughout the arena. "All systems online," she reported to Tae-1 and the others. "Weather data incoming, terrain mapped, predator locations tracked." "Good," said Tae-1. "Let us show them what human hunters can do." Down in the arena, Valnix raised his hand. "Let the final trial begin." The 27 alien predators began to move. They spread out across the massive arena, using their supernatural abilities to track their human prey. The Sunburner left trails of melted sand as it searched the desert. The Voidwalker disappeared into shadows that should not have existed in the bright lights. The Mindscreamer sent psychic pulses in all directions, trying to locate the human's thoughts. For the first few minutes, nothing happened. The predators searched, but they could not find their target. "Where is he hiding?" asked the Kella nervously. In the arena, Sergeant Kong was not hiding. He was moving. But he moved like water, like wind, like something that was there one moment and gone the next. The alien predators had never hunted anything like him before. Their supernatural senses were designed to detect energy signatures, psychic patterns, and reality disturbances. They were not designed to track a creature that had spent 10,000 years learning to hunt other. Predators. Kong used the terrain like a weapon. In the jungle, he became part of the shadows. In the desert, he moved with the shifting sands. In the mountains, he flowed between the rocks like liquid. The first alien predator died without ever seeing its killer. The Frost, the Collective's Voidwalker, was searching a cave system when something moved behind it. By the time it turned around, a knife was sliding between its ribs. The shadow creature collapsed and did not move again. Up in the galleries, Lieutenant SEO was providing tactical information through Kong's earpiece. "Reserbeast approaching from the east," she whispered. "Mindscreamer in the lake to your north. Sunburner tracking your heat signature from above." Kong acknowledged with a slight nod. He pulled a small device from his belt and attached it to the dead Voidwalker. Then he melted back into the shadows. The device exploded 30 seconds later. The blast echoed across the arena like thunder. Every remaining predator immediately raced toward the sound. They found the Voidwalker's remains and began searching the area frantically. While they were distracted, Kong was already somewhere else entirely. The hegemony Sunburner died next. It was flying over the desert, looking for heat signatures, when something struck it from below. Not an energy weapon or a psychic attack, just a simple explosive device launched by human technology. The creature of living fire crashed into the sand and went out like a candle. "Impossible," breathed Valnix. "How is he killing them so easily?" Dr. Soy Young Park stood up in the human section. She was smiling. "He is not using their rules," she explained.
Right.
"Your predators expect to fight other creatures with supernatural powers. They do not know how to fight something that uses intelligence and tactics instead of special abilities." In the arena, Kong was demonstrating exactly what she meant. He had learned each predator's abilities by watching them hunt. The Reserbeast's acid was powerful, but required close range. The Mindscreamer's psychic attacks worked in straight lines. The phase-shifting Doomcrawler could walk through walls, but still needed to see its target. Kong used these weaknesses against them. He led the Reserbeast into the lake, where its acid was useless underwater. He used mirrors to reflect the Mind Screamer's psychic attacks back at itself. He trapped the Doomcrawler in a room filled with smoke. It could phase through walls, but it still needed to breathe. One by one, the alien champions fell, not too superior. Firepower or magical abilities, but two simple, efficient tactics that they had never encountered before. The crowd was no longer laughing. They watched in stunned silence as Earth's single human systematically eliminated the most dangerous predators in the galaxy. "He is not just hunting them," whispered Krekener. "He is teaching them fear." It was true. The remaining alien predators had stopped searching for Kong instead. They were huddled together in the center of the arena, afraid to move. For the first time in their lives, they knew what it felt like to be prey. With only 5 minutes left in the trial, only 3 alien predators remained alive. They crouched back to back in a defensive circle, their supernatural senses reaching out desperately for any sign of their hunter. Kong appeared among them. Like a ghost, he moved too fast for their enhanced reflexes, too quietly for their supernatural hearing, too cleverly for their advanced brains. In 15 seconds, it was over. Master Sergeant Heian Wukong stood alone in the center of the arena, surrounded by the remains of 27 apex predators. His equipment was barely damaged. His breathing was steady. He looked like he had just finished a routine training exercise. The arena was completely silent. Then, slowly, Kong removed his helmet. He looked up at the viewing galleries where thousands of aliens stared down at him in shock. "Earth's predators do not need supernatural powers," he said calmly. "We have something better." "What?" whispered Valenix. Kong's smile was cold and sharp. "We have experience hunting things that think they cannot be killed." The silence that followed lasted for a very long time. Finally, one alien began to clap, then another. Soon the entire galaxy was applauding the human who had just redefined what it meant to be a predator. But in the human section, Taewon and his team were not celebrating. They were thinking about what they had just revealed to the universe. For the first time in galactic history, every species knew the truth about Earth. Humans were not just another member species, trying to find their place in the galaxy. Humans were the apex predators of apex predators, and they had just announced their presence to the universe. 1 week had passed since the trials ended. Nexus Prime looked different now. Ships from dozens of worlds crowded the docking bays. Every major species in the galaxy had sent representatives to meet with Earth's delegation. Commander Taewon Kim sat in his new office aboard the station. The room was much larger than the small quarters he had started with. Through the window, he could see alien ships waiting in line for permission to approach. His communication device buzzed constantly with meeting requests. "Come in," he called. Dr. Soyoung Park entered, carrying a datapad thick with information. She looked tired, but excited. "The requests keep coming," she said, sitting down across from Taewon. 73 species want to establish research partnerships with Earth. They all want to study our evolutionary biology." "What kind of research?" Taewon asked. "Everything. How we developed pack hunting strategies, how we created tools. We learned to cooperate across tribal boundaries. They think our methods might help them survive better." Soyoung activated her datapad. Holographic charts appeared in the air above them. "The Vorthok want to learn efficiency training for their military forces. The Kalani are interested in our psychological warfare techniques. Even the hegemony has asked about human leadership structures." Taewon studied the charts. Every species that had mocked Earth a week ago now wanted to learn from humanity. "What about the institute you proposed?" he asked. Soyoung smiled. "Approved by the Galactic Council yesterday. The Institute for Evolutionary Combat Studies will open next month on Nexus Prime. I will run it with a team of Earth's best scientists." Captain Minho Lee entered, followed by a tall alien with golden skin. Commander Minho said formally, "High Arbiter Valinix requests a private meeting." Valinix looked very different from a week ago. His arrogant posture was gone. His burning eyes were thoughtful instead of dismissive.
"Please sit,"
Taewon offered Valinix. Remained standing. "I have come to make an offer," he said without introduction. The Galactic Federation wants Earth to become a senior member immediately. Full voting rights. Permanent Security Council seat. Advanced technology sharing. That is generous, Tae-Won said carefully. It is necessary, Valinix replied. Your demonstration changed everything. Every species is reassessing their military capabilities. Some are afraid. Others are excited. All of them want Earth as an ally instead of an enemy. Soyoung leaned forward. What exactly are you afraid of? Valinix was quiet for a moment. Your human soldier defeated 27 apex predators without using any supernatural abilities. He used only intelligence, tactics, and basic tools. This suggests that human military potential is far beyond what we initially calculated. And Minho prompted. And we want to make sure that potential is directed toward mutual benefit rather than conquest. Tae-Won nodded slowly. Earth has no interest in conquest. We prefer cooperation. Good, said Valinix. He seemed to relax slightly. Because we have also calculated what might happen if humanity decided to expand aggressively across the galaxy. What happened? Soyoung asked, though she probably already knew the answer. Every species would unite against Earth. It would be the largest war in galactic history. And based on what we have seen, ... double quotes, Valinix paused. Based on what we have seen, humanity might actually win. The room was quiet for a moment. We do not want war, Tae-Won said firmly. Earth's goal is to find our place in the galactic community. Nothing more. Valinix nodded. I believe you. But I must ask the human who fought in the arena. Was he your best warrior? Minho and Tae-Won exchanged glances. Sergeant Kang is a skilled soldier, Minho said diplomatically, but he is not unusual by human military standards. Valinix's eyes widened. You have many warriors of his caliber. Earth has trained millions of soldiers using similar methods. Tae-Won admitted. Kang volunteered for this mission because he had experience in diverse environments. But any human special forces operator could have achieved similar results. This information did not seem to reassure Valinix. What about your scientists and engineers? He asked. If your soldiers are this capable, what can your technical specialists accomplish? Soyoung smiled. Earth's scientific community is very excited about galactic technology. We have many questions about energy manipulation, faster than light, travel, and artificial intelligence systems. Questions are good, Valinix said slowly. Questions lead to learning. Learning leads to improvement. Improvement leads to ... double quotes, innovation, Soyoung finished. Yes, Earth's scientists are very good at innovation. Valinix looked even less reassured. Later that evening, the human team gathered in their shared quarters. Through the windows, they could see the lights of hundreds of alien ships waiting to establish diplomatic contact with Earth. We have changed everything, Soyoung observed. A week ago, we were unknown. Now we might be the most important species in the galaxy. And feared, Minho added. Did you see how the other species looked at us during today's council session? Tae-Won poured coffee from a machine Earth had installed in their quarters. The familiar smell was comforting after a week of alien food and alien politics. Fear can lead to respect, he said, but it can also lead to preemptive attacks. We need to be very careful about how we proceed.
Ow.
The Institute will help, Soyoung said. When other species learn our methods, they will understand that human success comes from intelligence and cooperation, not aggression. Will they? Minho asked. Or will they become better at warfare themselves? It was a good question. Earth was about to teach the galaxy how to hunt more effectively. Consequences could be enormous. Tae-Won's communication device chimed. A message appeared on the screen. What is it? Soyoung asked. Orders from Earth Command, Tae-Won said. He read the message carefully. Earth is sending a full diplomatic mission to Nexus Prime. 50 specialists in various fields. They want to establish permanent relations with the galactic community. What kind of specialists? Minho asked. Tae-Won read further. Scientists, engineers, military advisors, cultural specialists, and economists. They want to understand how galactic civilization works and improve it, Soyoung added quietly. That is what worries me, Minho said. Earth has never been content to leave things unchanged. Always find ways to make everything more efficient. 3 days later, Taewon stood in the main docking bay watching the Earth transport ship arrive. It was larger than their original vessel and carried not just people, but equipment, supplies, and something else that made him nervous. The ship's cargo manifest listed cultural exchange materials and historical documentation. Taewon knew what that meant. Earth was bringing examples of human history to share with the galaxy. He wondered if that was wise. The transport docked with a soft thump. The airlock opened, and Earth's new diplomatic team emerged. Leading them was Ambassador Yoon Jae-yoon, a small woman with sharp eyes and an even sharper mind. She had negotiated peace treaties on 3 continents and economic agreements with dozens of nations. Behind her came the specialists. Dr. Dongmin Chai, Earth's leading expert on energy physics, engineer Sung-ho Woo, who had designed the propulsion systems for Earth's fastest spacecraft, Colonel Bor Lim, a strategic planning specialist who had never lost a war game, and behind them came something that made several aliens step back in. Alarm? It was another container, similar to the one that had carried Haewon. But this one was different. It was larger, and it hummed with electronic activity. "What is in there?" asked Guide Nexon nervously. Ambassador Yoon smiled. "Educational materials." That afternoon, the new diplomatic team met with the Extended Galactic Council. Representatives from over 100 species crowded into the massive conference chamber. Ambassador Yoon stood at the center podium, her voice clear and confident. "Earth thanks the galactic community for welcoming us," she began. "We look forward to learning from your accumulated wisdom and sharing our own experiences." Murmurs of approval rippled through the crowd. The aliens were still impressed by Earth's demonstration, but they were beginning to relax around the humans. "To help you understand Earth's perspective," Yoon continued, "we have brought some examples of our history and culture." She gestured, and the mysterious container was wheeled into the chamber. The sides opened to reveal not a dangerous animal, but something much more unsettling. It was a holographic projection system more advanced than anything the aliens used. The images it created were so real they seemed solid. "This is Earth 10. 1,000 years ago," Yoon explained. The projection showed early humans living in caves, hiding from massive predators. The aliens nodded approvingly. This matched their expectations of primitive Earth civilization. This is Earth 5,000 years ago. Now the projection showed humans with bronze weapons, building cities, organizing armies. Still impressive, but nothing the galaxy had not seen before. This is Earth 1,000 years ago. The projection showed sailing ships, castles, and early firearms. The aliens were interested but not particularly concerned.
How?
This is Earth 100 years ago. The chamber fell silent. The projection showed aircraft, tanks, and industrial cities. Several alien species did not have technology this advanced. Even now, this is Earth 50 years ago. Rockets launching into space, nuclear weapons, global communication networks. This is Earth today. The final projection showed Earth's current cities, space stations, and interstellar vessels. The technology was still primitive compared to galactic standards. The progression was terrifying. Ambassador Yoon let the silence stretch before speaking again. Earth went from hiding in caves to reaching the stars in 10,000 years. Most species take 50,000 years or more to achieve interstellar flight. We did it 5 times faster. High Arbiter Velenek stood up slowly. What is your point, Ambassador?" "My point," Yoon said calmly, "is that humans learn very quickly. So when we see something new, we study it. When we understand it, we improve it. When we improve it, we use it to solve problems." Dr. Dongmin Chai activated another projection. This one showed galactic technology, energy weapons, faster than light drives, artificial intelligence systems. "Earth scientists are very excited about these technologies," he said. "We have many ideas for improvements." The alien representatives looked at each other nervously. "What kind of improvements?" asked Kreckener. "More efficient energy conversion," Chai replied enthusiastically. "Better structural materials, smarter targeting systems." We think we can increase effectiveness by 30 to 40% across all major systems. The nervousness in the chamber increased. Colonel Borlem spoke next. Earth's military is also interested in galactic strategic doctrines. Why I've studied the records of your recent conflicts. We see several areas where tactical efficiency could be dramatically improved, such as, Valanox asked, though he looked like he did not want to know the answer. Coordination between different species, forces, resource allocation during extended campaigns, intelligence gathering, and analysis. We could help you fight wars more effectively. The chamber was completely quiet now. Ambassador Yoon looked around the room, meeting the eyes of leaders from across the galaxy. Earth wants to be a good neighbor, she said simply. We want to contribute to galactic civilization. We want to help solve problems and improve life for everyone. She paused. But we also want you to understand what you are welcoming into your community. Humans do not leave things unchanged. We cannot help ourselves. It is our nature to study, learn, improve, and innovate. Valanex's voice was barely a whisper. What are you saying? I am saying that the galaxy is about to become a very different place, Yoon replied. Whether that change is beneficial or catastrophic depends on how we work together. The silence that followed was profound. Finally, the Kullah of the Kalani spoke. Earth has shown us efficient predators and effective warriors. What else are you planning to show us? Ambassador Yoon smiled. For the first time since the trials began, her expression was genuinely warm. Everything, she said. Outside the station, Earth's second transport ship was approaching through the darkness. This one carried not diplomatic supplies, but the first wave of Earth's true contribution to galactic civilization. Scientists who had already begun analyzing galactic technology, engineers who had designed improvements to alien systems, doctors who had studied alien biology, teachers who had prepared new educational programs, and in the cargo holds, carefully secured and monitored, were Earth's real gifts to the galaxy. Art and music and literature from a world where everything had learned to fight everything else and somehow, possibly, had also learned to create beauty. The galaxy had laughed at Earth's predators now. They would learn what Earth's creators could accomplish. The age of human influence in galactic civilization had begun. Whether the universe was ready or not,